Hello, ZP8 community. Welcome. This is our weekly building, sharing and building ZP8 and leading a health movement in your community. And I have my dear friend, the Renita Robrand. And Renita, how you doing?
I'm doing awesome, Mark. How are you? You just got back from where? Berlin?
Just rock Berlin.
Wow.
So I'm stealing some of your energy for tonight so that I can, so the community, I need all the energy right now, but we're rocking. Berlin was so cool. The energy in the room. And what's fun is they love Zen. What I love about these webcasts, just so everyone knows, in North America, we're starting the movement. We're leading this movement. And we talked about living it, sharing it, building it. And everyone, all the leaders are coming up. I love what's going on. I love the business building webcast. I love the health webcast. I love the ZP8 group. So the movement, just so everyone knows, what we do each day here, everyone's watching around the world. Absolutely. And we're making a difference. And this also, when we talk about sharing and building, because we started ZP8 in North America, this gives you the ability now that if you know someone in Europe, if you know someone in Australia, if you know I met with Samson, who is Kimley's right-hand person. We talked about doing a different message for the entire Asian population. So there's all these things we're looking at, how we can take our message to the world. So keep thinking about, and you start with you. So as you own this, this is duplicatable, not just in the US, not just in Canada, around the world. Right, Renita?
Absolutely, Mark. I love it. You know, for me, it's all about that vision casting about what we're doing and why we're doing this. And the fact that it's not just here in the US, it is a global movement. But when you come back, I can just feel that energy. I'm like, let's go, US.
So my voice is a little sketchy. I talked all weekend. So if you hear me crack, anyone, please don't. You can make fun of me on the live feed, but we're going to have some fun with it. So tonight's all about, last week we talked about the one-on-one, how to build Zen one-on-one. And this is all about group. And we have a great one for you tonight to kind of just build off what you've been learning each and every week. This is our 5th business building webcast. So I want to just show you where you can see these. So you can always go to hangouts.zenproject8.com, but I'm going to share my screen for a moment. If you go to, this is a YouTube channel, and basically it is youtube.com/zenproject8. And when you come here, all you have to do is under playlist, you see the sharing and building with Zen. Last week, Chris O'Hare has been in Berlin since Monday. So last week's webcast, you can still see on hangouts.zenproject8.com. But last week's and this week's tomorrow will be in that playlist. So if you have someone who's trying to figure out how they want to actually build Zen or how they want to share Zen, you want to make sure that you just simply send them this playlist. You can click on that right there. And then you can see Build It, taking your Zen business to revenue to the next level. Partnering with boutique health facilities, mastering your communication, and then how to lead a Zen one-on-one, you'll see as the 4th one, and then the 5th one will be the webcast from tonight. And each and every Monday night at 10 p.m. Eastern time, we are giving cutting-edge information that you can share. So you can share that playlist, you can find the one that you like that you can share, and these are supposed to be tools, not just for you so that you get the skill set down, but that the message that you want your team to implement becomes duplicatable.
Absolutely, Mark. I love that. We got to cache the vision and we got to duplicate.
So when you say cast the vision, Renita, give me 2 minutes. So everyone watching right now that's living and sharing ZP8, living, sharing, and building ZP8, how do you cast your vision for your business?
Well, it's really easy. I think that with the Zen Project 8 model, like you said, we have these wonderful tools that we're like actually putting out there right now. But what I've been doing and what has really worked really well in North Dakota, because, you know, we're down 63,000 pounds of fat now. So obviously that's not something where I've just gone and done that by myself. I have an incredible team of leaders.
Renita, I think we lost you. Bonnie, are you there? Did we lose Renita's audio?
We did lose her audio.
Okay, Renita, okay. So sorry, everyone. I didn't know it was me. So we had tech challenges. Renita, we have you back.
Okay, so yeah, so basically we know that this movement has worked up here because we've lost 63,000 pounds of fat. What I really have duplicated with my team is casting the vision of how big this can become for them, because many people are starting just like I did. I was a stay-at-home mom. Yes, my background's in health and fitness, but really, I was a stay-at-home mom that wanted to help other moms get well, teach them how to feed their children well, their kid athletes well. I mean, that was my passion. So it literally started with a small group of moms just like myself, and now it's catapulted, like I said, to 63,000 pounds of fat. What I love my team to do is, Mark, you know this because you kind of spearheaded it. I was on CNN Headline News with my team talking about how we had lost 50,000 pounds of fat. It was about 1 year ago that we were on. Many people, before they start their parties, they actually show that clip. So if they're in Fargo, North Dakota, if they're down in Utah, if they're down in Nevada, if they're in Minneapolis, they say, look at, this is what they've done in Bismarck, North Dakota. This is what we're going to do here. And whether it's in Minneapolis or, like I said, Reno, Nevada, they show that clip. And it literally says, wow, if those people can do that in Bismarck, North Dakota, we certainly have 50,000 pounds of weight loss to lose. And this is how we're going to do it. This is how they did this following the Zen Project 8 system. This is how you do it. So it really gives them a big vision of what can be. That's how
I love when you just Renita, can you put your headphones back in? I'm having feedback.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yeah, I don't have feedback now. Good. I love the live tech challenges that we have. But when you talk about casting the vision, so I was in Berlin and I was talking to people that are following you, and they got that at Expo when we did that Facebook Live. And I said, you need to follow Renita Brandon. And then I look at Trisha in South Dakota. And then I look at Billings, Montana, and I look at Los Angeles. I see all these people, Mary and James Nelson in Tampa. And it's all about Mark and Tracy Regan in Canada. Look what Renita's doing. Follow that model. And Mark and Tracy are leading their own massive movement. Yeah. But it's all just about casting the vision of what's possible. And that's when we talk about living, sharing, and building. You don't have to be a health expert. It's just getting to see how other people are doing it and then casting your vision on that. Now, last week, we talked about one-on-one. So we're going to do a quick recap on one-on-one because it's going to lead to the group. And then when we do from the group perspective, Renita's going to share how she's leading her groups, and then I'm going to share how you can launch 8-week experiences. And you're going to get some nuggets of information, and we'll give you some action items. Now, the action items last week kind of go along with casting the vision. We talked with the challenge and the invitation you had this week was to do one-on-ones with at least 3 people to actually have the conversations, follow the strategy that we shared in that webcast. So I'm hoping you did that. If you didn't, Thanksgiving time, right, Renita? There's a lot of family there. That's good practice. So pull off some people and say, hey, I'm practicing on a message I'm sharing and leading my community. Are you ready? Let's role play. So you can dive into that. But the one-on-one, what we looked at, there were 3. Number 1, you listen and you ask questions. So you hear the information first. Then based upon that, you then show people how you can help them. And then once you show them that, once you've heard them, you've created the solutions, the enrollment takes care of itself. Yeah. We laid out full strategies. Renita and I role played. So make sure you watch at the YouTube channel or Hangouts. Hangouts.zenproject8.com. You can simply click on that and you can watch the replay from last week. But implement those strategies. Understand the one-on-one. Right, Renita? Did you any other feedback you have on the one-on-one before we move to the group?
No, I love it. I just want to know if everyone did it, Mark. That's my question. Did you guys?
I know. I need to know. So if you did it, I want you in the live feed. I'm going to start bringing the live feed up here. Bonnie can see it there, but I'm going to start bringing it up so I can see it. I want to see, did you do it? If you didn't do it, if you did do it, tell us how many people you spoke to. If you didn't do it, get to it because that's important. I'll share one more story before we go to group. I was talking to another distributor, a great promoter of Zen and all of Jeunesse. And they were sharing a story with me about how they had someone call them and say, this isn't the business isn't working for me. I'm not enrolling enough people and I think I'm doing right. And then her question was this: have you talked to anyone this week? And she said, no. So she said, well, of course you're not doing it. You're not talking to anyone. We have to remember, you have to decide what you want to do. If you want to live ZPA, live it. You don't have to do anything but live it and share it within yourself and your family.
Right.
If you actually want to actually share it and make a difference and build something from it, you have to talk to people. You have to practice. You have to role play. You have to be willing to roll up your sleeves and do the work so you become great at it. Just like you become great at living something, you got to be great at that as well. Just like you do, Renita.
Yeah, and I love what you said last week. You also have to basically cut yourself from the emotional outcome. Because if someone says no to you, you can't take that to heart and think, oh my gosh, Zen Project 8 doesn't work. It clearly works, but you're gonna have to you have to journey along with people, right? Many will say yes. I would say I have a 9 out of 10 sign up rate when I visit with somebody. But when you're first getting started, it might not be those odds, right? It might be you talk to 10, you get 2. But the more you do it, the better you get. I always feel like I love the stories that people share with me day in and day out. I'm always sharing them on my Facebook wall. Cindy Erlocker, her husband's down, I think, 43 pounds in 8 weeks. She's down 30 pounds, and she's literally talking about how she's prepping her food. I'm putting that out there for the world to see. We know this works, but I'm saying you have to really separate yourself and disconnect from that emotional outcome, because if they say no, it's okay. They'll eventually say yeah. The timing might not just be right now, Mark. So
100%.
I mean, that's it. For me, it's always been the timing has to be right for that person that you're talking to. And guess what we have this Thursday? Thanksgiving. And guess what most people are going to do? Overeat. So guess what they're going to be looking for on Friday? A way to feel better and detox. So it's a perfect time to share our message, you guys. We just got to get out there and do it.
Yeah, and you can actually, from the feedback tonight, you could spend tonight, tomorrow, and Wednesday practicing your one-on-ones and taking some of the group training you're going to learn tonight. And then you could do a group session on Thanksgiving after dinner. Right, Renita?
Absolutely.
Just joking, but that would be fun. So Renita, talk to us. So the question I have for you to start off, when we talk about group, what's the difference for you? Because you're out there every single day. What's the difference for you personally between one-on-one and group?
You know what, Mark? I've really built my business a lot with group. I do one-on-ones. I probably do 2 to 3 a week, every week. But group is fun for me because there is an energy about a room full of people that are filled with expectation, that many come that have had results. So they're full of results and that this program works and that these products work. And then you couple that with the people that come with expectation, and it's just awesome. It literally is a huge energy in the room. I think the biggest difference is if I see somebody, let's say that I would be maybe morbidly obese, or maybe that I feel like they have a specific concern where in a group setting, they might not just feel perfectly comfortable. That person's an excellent candidate for a one-on-one, because I certainly want to answer their questions. I certainly want them to feel empowered. I don't want them to feel like the oddball out in the room because they are morbidly obese or because they have a specific or different concern. So for me, I listen to who I'm talking to figure out whether or not it'd be appropriate to plug them into my weekly party, or if I want to get together with them. Many people can contact me on Facebook, and just from a little bit back and forth on Facebook, I can literally, in those few communications, decide, hey, is this a great candidate to come to my party this week and see the vision? Or is this someone that I'm going to have to get with individually because it seems like they have really specific concerns that I'm going to have to address, and I know I won't be able to cover those in a group setting.
Love it. So let's dive right into the group then, because that's so everyone, you now know the difference. What Renita just shared with that, I would say apply that philosophy on that and practice your one-on-ones. As we talked about last week, you have to have you can't lead a group until you're comfortable with the one-on-one. Once you're comfortable with the one-on-one, you can lead a group. So Renita's going to share her strategy. I have a question for her about her group, and then I'm going to share kind of how to launch an 8-week experience. So Renita, like what you're doing with groups right now, can you give us a step-by-step so everyone watching can kind of you cast the vision for them so they can start duplicating how you're leading groups? Let's dive in. Go for it.
I love it. I was just thinking, Mark, earlier when you said about getting everybody together after Thanksgiving dinner, you basically would say, okay, how many of you just overate? Raise your hand. And everyone would raise your hand and be like, perfect. This is perfect timing to talk about something that we need to do. But anyway.
We're gonna start a Thanksgiving meet. That will be next every year starting next year. We're gonna create a Thanksgiving campaign. Be funny.
So this is how I really work my parties. Everyone comes in. I obviously blend up a shake, and right now they're pumpkin shakes, but it can be vanilla, it can be chocolate. People love to taste the product because they want to make sure they like it, right? I also shake up a Zen Fit because people love the taste of Zen Fit. So I have those ready and raring to go at my party. People come in. I usually start pretty promptly. The first thing I start with is welcoming everybody to my home. My name is Renita Brannon. I'm thankful that they've been there. I've been part of this awesome life-changing opportunity that literally has set people free from the dieting madness. I'm excited that they've come and dedicated 1 hour to literally get themselves free as well. This is a little preview of what can happen. And I literally push play on that HLN video on my computer. So it's what, about 6-7 minutes, Mark? And then you got everybody on there from Leota to Kim to all these different people that have lost 30, 50, 60, 70 pounds on that video. And it's a great little segment, and there's an energy about that. And after that's done, everybody, I feel like we could pretty much sign them up and send them home, but they don't know exactly how to do the program yet. But they know they want to do it. They know they want to do it because it was literally like all of those stories, it just made it so real to them, right? And it wasn't just like they were this lone person that's struggled with weight their whole life. They've seen this, you know, whether it's a 79-year-old or a 30-year-old teacher, they've kind of seen the gamut and they're ready. And at that point, I pour everybody a little shot of the shake because I wanted to try. And I said, this is the Zen Project 8 Zen Fuse Shake. And this is what we're going to be talking about. This is literally an 8-week program so that we can accomplish what you just saw in that video. You're going to be the next candidate to basically live this program. So the next thing I do, and I've just started doing it and people really like it. So I'm going to tell you what I do. Janess has recently made some new videos, and one of them is called, it's called the Inspire video, actually is the name of it. It's in your back office. For those of you that are the builders, you have basically a Janess Global back office. If you click on member info back there and the cloud, you'll see it. It'll say Inspire video. And that video, Mark, is like a preview of all of Janess. So what I say to people is we've partnered, Mark McDonald and myself have partnered with this awesome company, Janess Global, and they have put together, Mark has put together the Zen Project 8. It's an 8-week system to basically detox, ignite, thrive your body. I'm going to show you a little overview of the Janess Global business that we partnered with. And I actually push play on the Inspire video. And the reason I do that, it's funny because I used to not, but I started, and people love it because they're like, not only do they want the Zen Transform Kit, they say, I think I might need some of those multivitamins. I think I might need some of that mind stuff that's in there because I don't think very good or whatever. So I don't really do anything with talking about any of the other products except I play that one video that of course has the Zen Project 8 in there, and then they see it. It's a bird's eye view, and I say, okay, now that you've seen this awesome company that we partnered with, let's get to work on Zen Project 8, the real reason you guys came. And I don't even have to talk in detail about anything. I literally just show that video so that they know that all exists to get them healthy.
So let me pause for a second. So just so I can recap, because I love what Renita does. So let's talk about from the moment she brings people in. So she markets it each week. She has she simply has a place where she could send people to. So she doesn't have to do a one-on-one. She says, well, you know, why don't you come to my meeting here? So it's a place that her team that are new, her sharers that don't want to do their own group, that are practice their own ones, can send someone to and go with them and learn. Correct on that?
That they don't want to clean their house. Let's just say it plainly.
I like that.
Bring them to my house.
Good exercise. So, and then this is the cool thing, because it's pumpkin season, Renita will probably do a shake that's theme based. So the moment they walk in, they're being engaged in the time of the season. That's a rare emotional connection that it's an underlying current that is huge. Renita amazingly has a CNN HLN video showing the transformation she made, and post that on your Facebook page. If anyone wants to leverage that, you can always leverage that because that's what we're doing in community. So you completely do that. Then she shows the power of the partnership with what we're doing. She casts the vision for the audience, just like we talked about casting the vision. She casts the vision, show the strength of that, and then shows how it leads into what they're going to hear. Yep. That opening is so powerful. So now, as she said, they're already bought in. So you want to go through that type of flow. What do you do after that, Renita?
Well, basically they're there now. They're convinced. I mean, I'm telling you, after the first HLN video, they're ready to sign. But I just wanted to show, like you said, who we partnered with, Mark McDonald, Janess Global, Zen Project 8. Of course, I have your book there. I hold up Why Kids Make You Fat. And then I dive into, I say, you know what? I know most of you are here for the Zen Project 8. How many of you came tonight to lose weight permanently? Every hand in the room goes up. Engage them by asking them questions like that. How many of you have ever been on a diet before? I always ask that. Every hand goes up. How many are ready to never diet again? Every hand goes up, right? And so I literally bust out the books, the Zen Project 8 books, and I say, listen, I'm going to very quickly pull these up for you on my computer. So on my TV screen, I played the HLN video, I played the Janess video, and now I'm literally going into the Zen Project 8 Facebook page, the community, Mark. I take them, I say, everybody pull out your cell phones right now. And they all pull out their cell phones, and I say, I want you to go to Zen Project 8, all capital letters, and I want you to join the Facebook page right now. Because because by this time I know they're all signing up. I'm just gonna tell you. So they all joined the Facebook page, okay, and they're waiting, of course, to be accepted. But at that point, I pull it up and I start showing them that Zen Project 8, that community that is so powerful, I believe. And so in there, of course, is the Detox, Ignite, Thrive booklets under the files category. They're in there, right? And so I literally show them where I pull up Detox, just the Detox meal plan, and I hold this, I pass it around, everyone passes it on the couch, they look at it, they're like, I need one of these. I'm like, you know what? It comes in your Transform kit. So when you get your 8-week kit, you'll get these 3 booklets, because people, these are so powerful. They want these. When they touch them, they're like, I love that, I need that. And so I literally, very briefly on my computer, I go through what Detox Week looks like. It's basically this brochure, and I just scroll through it on the Zen Project 8 Facebook page. I said, listen, these are the things we cut. We cut salt, 250 milligrams of sodium per meal. We get rid of the gluten. We get rid of the sugar. We get rid of the caffeine. We get rid of the exercise, because we're trying to get all the inflammation out of our bodies during Detox Week, right? And so I basically go through that entire kind of meal plan, probably I would say in 10 minutes or less. I ask them, what is a P? What is an F? What is a C? I really familiarize them, Mark, with protein, fat, carbohydrates. Many times I actually even take out a plate and I draw it, and I have them draw it on there so they know what a protein, fat, carbohydrate is. You don't have to do that, because the visual is right here. Here, let me show you where the visual is. The visual is right there. See the plate?
Yes.
So I show them that, and I help them to quantify. Let's, everybody name a protein. And then you have Leota hollering out chicken and eggs and tuna and turkey, right? And then I say, what's a fat? And people holler out fats, and I familiarize them with that PFC looks like. And show me your palm, and then I have the people give high fives. Girls, give your neighbor a high five. That's how much protein you eat. Give me a thumbs up, because we're bringing fat back, I tell them. And they're all like this. I'm like, that's how much fat you eat. And I'm like, give me a fist pump, girls. And they fist pump, and I'm like, that's how much carbs you eat. So it's PFC, every 3 like a baby. And they just recite it, and they recite it, and there's an energy about it. And that's basically it. And I say, okay, that's it. I pour a shot of the Zen Fit. I said, there's 3 phases. The detox is what we went through tonight. You're going to need your prime supplement with that. It comes in your kit along with your shake mix and your meal plan guide. The next stage is your Ignite, where you have that awesome supplement that literally helps with leptin production. Leptin production, our leptin productions are so crazy and so out of whack from chronic dieting, chronic stress, and not sleeping enough. So people love that. I say, you're gonna love this, the Zen Shape. It's amazing for belly fat and just getting those leptin productions back on track. We need a little kickstart for those leptin productions. And you get 2 boxes of the Zen Fit, the watermelon, the fruit punch. You get your shake mix, you get everything, the shaker bottle, everything comes with that Connect the Dot meal plan, Detox, Ignite, Thrive, in that Transform kit. So I basically signed everybody up on a Transform kit. And then that's pretty much it. I said, who's ready to get started tonight? And everybody raises their hand. They're like, I want that shake. I want that Zen Fit. How often can I drink that Zen Fit? Can I drink 3 of those a day? Sure. You know what I mean? So for me, it's that.
So I love that. So everyone watching, let's do a recap on it. So, because that is the best way to run a group. And I wanted to share we shared the opening, but just know, Renita leverages that video with her on national media. Now, I know many of you don't have a video of you on national media, so you can leverage other tools, but this is why you must live it. If I would like the shift for everyone else is like a Mary and James Nelson should show their transformation and should lead with their story. When you open a meeting, people buy the heart of who you are, the authenticity of who you are. So everyone, this is why we say you cannot share or build ZP8 without living it. If you don't have your own story, and your story doesn't have to be a weight loss story, Renita doesn't have a weight loss story. It's a story about how you transform your life and other lives. If you can share that story and cast the vision of the difference and movement you're making, people will listen, they want more of it, and then you can lead them in. Now, I love how you show the tools in a fun, interactive way, because when we tour together, Renita, we always do that. And that's probably the best thing that I think that you said is you're not asking your audience to just sit down. The whole thing throughout your group meetings is you want them engaged, because they're going to learn and retain the information much more. Now, the last question I have for you, opening, you got the bulk, you're closed. Now, what happens if a percentage of the people don't raise their hand that they want to actually purchase? Where do you take that type?
They don't even have to. I say, you know what? If you need to go home and think about it, talk about it with your spouse, pray about it, whatever it is that you do, know that I'm here to answer any questions you have. I'm going to send you home with my web domain name, and you can go right there and get your kit. It'll be to your house in 3 to 4 days. And this is kind of what I choose to do with my group up here in North Dakota. And it kind of cinches it. I say, listen, when you're ready to start, if they're local, I will weigh and measure you once a week or every other week, whatever works out for you. If you come to my party, I can weigh and measure you. I do that 15 minutes before a party and 15 minutes after a party. I will weigh and measure you for free to help keep you on track. So once you get your kit, make sure you text me and you can come on over and I'll weigh and measure you for free. And that for people, they want that accountability, Mark. It's crazy how that has been it's worked for me. Now people say, Renita, I don't want to weigh and measure people. Well, then you could word that differently. You'd say, as soon as you get your kit, let me know, because I want to make sure that you're weighing and measuring yourself. And you're going to be posting those results of what you're starting at, because that's going to be crucial for you as you see yourself on this journey 2 weeks from now, 4 weeks from now, 8 weeks from now, how you radically have transformed your health. When you look back at those before measurements and those before photos, you are going to be so encouraged with how far you've come. So you could word it like that if you don't want to actually weigh and measure people like I do. I feel like just to connect them, that you're not just signing them up and you're never going to talk to them again. I want people to know I'm there for them. I want them to know that I'm there to answer their questions. If I don't know them, we can go to the Zen Project 8 Facebook page. That is a huge resource for me. If you can't get a hold of me, I tell them, ask on there. Someone will be able to answer your question. It's never a high pressure sales thing for me, Mark. I really feel like I share my heart, I share the message, and it's just a natural progression. People kind of know what they're coming for at my parties, you know?
You already sold them in the beginning. They've already, because what's your definition of selling again?
Sharing and blessing someone's life.
That's it. So you know from the start, because Renita's clear on her, which is one of our building business webcasts, what's your definition of sales? She's clear on the selling process in her heart. So she already knows from the get-go, every single person should be involved. When I do a meeting, whether it's 100 people, 5,000 people in Berlin, I believe in my heart, every single person should be living this, because I know what it will make, the difference it will make. And my goal is to show them why. And then at that point, they have to take action. So I love that. So right there, you see you saw her one-on-one, you see her group. She has a great opening. Adjust your story to that. She makes an interactive content, and then she closes. You want to say something, Renita?
I do want to say one more thing. I had a gal just today that contacted me. She was at my party over a month ago. And again, I'm very interactive with people. I'm like, text me if you got questions, whatever. Well, she contacted me just today and she said, Renita, I was at your party a month ago. I'm ready to get started today. I didn't, after she left my party, I didn't text her 10 times. You know what I mean? I wasn't hot after her. I said, hey, let me know when you're ready to get started. If I can answer any more questions for you about the program or signing up, I'm here to help. I just let her know that a couple more times in the last 4 weeks. Well, today she just contacted me and she said, Renita, I was at your party. I'm ready to get started. I want to get my kit now so that I can start right after Thanksgiving. Would you be able to weigh and measure me? And I said, absolutely. So sometimes just because they don't get in on the spot doesn't mean they're not going to get in, Mark. If you've really, I've always believed every good seed planted on good soil will reap a harvest. So I feel like when they come to my house, it is a good seed I'm planting into their hearts and into their minds about this program and the potential of this program and the possibility to really be free from dieting. And they know it. By the time they leave, they don't just think that they can do it. They know and believe that they can do it. And so for me, if it doesn't harvest right that second, I don't ever worry. I think it'll eventually harvest. If it's a week from now or a month from now, when they're ready, they're going to do this because they've seen something that switched the course of the way they think about how they nourish themselves.
And I want to wrap on two things before I talk about the 8-week experience, but wrapping up, how you just shared the group flow. Two things that resonate with me is this. When you lead a meeting, Renita said something, and please, this is probably the most important point that you'll hear in this entire webcast. She's not attached to them enrolling. We talked about being unattached to the outcome. Her goal, she's not entering saying, oh, I want this person to enroll. No, her goal is to bless that person's life. For me, it's to serve that person. It's to educate them. It's to show them a better way. It's to give them hope again.
Yes.
Now, I believe if I do that right, they will take action. Yes. But I'm not attached to whether they want to take action, because we all know people take action at their own pace. But if you can plant a positive seed, you're going to be set up to win from that. And I think that's probably the most important thing. The second thing is that Renita's leading a community. We talk a lot about network marketing, and I love network marketing because it's a part of a community in general. When I was in Berlin, it's a community. Well, ZP8 is a community. If you create a community in your area, in your family, in your groups, throughout your state. You're leading a movement so that it's worth rolling up your sleeves, giving some extra time, and then you build a team of people doing it with you, and you're changing people's lives, which starts making it strong. So it's important to realize what we're doing with Zen isn't just enrolling people in a health program. We're inspiring people to become better, and we want them to be part of a powerful worldwide community.
Yes, and Mark, so let's just leave this right in, because I'm thinking about myself and my home parties that I do weekly, but I also have people that are at gyms or own, like I have a gal that owns a dance studio out in Minneapolis that is doing kind of an 8-week run. Why don't you talk about kind of the difference between a boutique, how they'd launch it versus like how I do my home parties?
Perfect. So we talked to everyone we met. If you ever watch it, watch the 4-4-4 model. 4 retail customer, 4 shares. What Renita's doing models that completely. We showed you a one-on-one and now a group meeting. So you don't have to be a health pro. This is just people living it with a story, sharing it and building it. Anyone can plug that. Now, boutique facilities is another. We've talked about how to partner with one. Boutique facilities, and just a quick recap of what they are. They are small training studios, Pilates studios, spin studios, basically 1,000 to 2,000 square foot. CrossFits are examples of them, where you have a very active, engaged audience, which is the community of that facility. There's a leader of that facility, usually the owner, and they're touching those members all the time. And those members are typically going 2 to 3 times a week, and the average money they're spending on supplementation and nutrition is about $100 a month because they understand the importance of it. What those boutique facilities don't do well is they don't add nutrition and supplements in turnkey fashions. That's where ZP8 fills the gap. 8-week experiences are theme-based experiences where right now you'd be doing surviving the holidays or jumpstarting your holidays. Or I love your pitch. What is it again? What is it?
Lean by 2017, baby.
Okay, I love that. Get lean by 2017. And then new year, new you. And then get ready for summer, or get your summer shape challenge. And then stay fit for fall. So every 3 months, there's a theme-based. You market the community. The boutique facility really runs the 8-week experience like Renita did in her group, and does a launch presentation. But typically they will then do weekly follow-ups in their community. They'll roll everyone in a Transform Pack, and they will do weekly follow-ups in their community, in their gym. So it'd be like 8 weeks of coaching. There'll be a couple-week break, and then they would launch another 8-week movement, 8-week experience. They do this for a few reasons. Number one, they want great marketing. Great marketing, great success stories, creates better client retention. It allows you to cast a net all throughout your community as the difference maker. And you also, from a point of nutrition supplementation, can increase your actual revenue. So these boutique facilities, we have a system for that. And I'm finishing, there's 2 new videos that we'll be launching next week for Zen that I'm filming in our studio. Number one, actually a recap, a powerful video on ZP8, just raw, authentic, that I'm leading on why someone should take on. And then another one that you can share with a health pro facility, a boutique facility, on how they should partner with Zen and why they should partner with Zen. But basically, that's what a boutique facility, and you can go to the YouTube channel. We did a whole playlist. We did a whole video on how to partner with a boutique facility, the steps of that. But that's really the main difference. It's similar, Renita, but it's just probably a little bit more structured. It's more people coming in, and it's a health pro leading the movement over an 8-week period.
Right. And I think for me, it's just a constant trickle in my world, because I have parties every single week, and I have new people joining every single week. Whereas at boutique facility, I can see it being just like a whoosh, like a tidal wave that they're really running hard and fast for 8 weeks, and then going to do it again after, a little bit of a break.
Yeah. I mean, the examples we already have is they're buying. That's why we did the bulk orders. So the bulk orders, you have boutique facilities, they'll purchase 20 to 30 Transform Packs. So just so everyone knows, each Transform Pack of 10 is, I think it's 2,400. They'll purchase 20 to 30 of those. That's 1,000 CV for every 10 sold. So now you're seeing the volume come up. And then what ends up happening is they take those packs, they retail. So they say, okay, their guests come, they enroll, they pay $355 for those, or $350. They're making $100 profit off every Transform Pack. That immediately, based on if you date 20 people, that's $2,000 in profit for that boutique facility. That's just the beginning. Longer member retention, more members because they have other services, and then they duplicate that model from there, and then they carry additional products. So it's just another turnkey way, of a systematic way that a boutique facility can make more revenue, be better service for their clients, and actually duplicate nutrition and supplementation.
Yeah, and they're all looking for the magic bullet as far as nutrition programs, right? Because most boutique facilities, I feel like most of them don't have a cut and dry amazing system like ZP8 with blood sugar stabilization, right? They just don't. They don't. They're bits and pieces and things together, and it's really not working that well. And maybe people are losing, but then they're gaining it back, and it's that constant frustration. So, I mean, I really believe we offer something completely different, Mark. That's why I'm like, I am so excited to help to lead the charge in the U.S. and internationally, just because I feel like we are different. We are breaking the dieting madness, and we truly do have something that will not only set people free to get them to lose weight, but it literally will teach families how to nourish their children. It teaches you how to teach your kid how to eat.
100%. And everyone that's looking at a boutique facility, write a list down of the ones you know. Next week, after Thanksgiving, you'll have a video you can share with them, a simple video of why they should partner with us. And the one last thing I'll wrap with the boutique facility is what they do is once they own that model and they're able to do, like Trisha Burns in South Dakota, what she will do is once she owns that model, she will then go to all her other friends who own boutique facilities and say, this is what I'm doing. And then that's when they enroll them as distributors. So their clients are customers, but their fellow health professionals and boutique facilities become distributors. And that's how you can build a big business with ZP8 as well.
Love it, Mark. I love it. Come on, build it. Let's go.
So everybody, we're at 10:37. We're going to call it a wrap, but let's do a quick recap. Make sure you do your one-on-ones and you practice. Lay out your game plan. Do an outline. Your main action item for the next week is this. Make sure that you're doing your one-on-ones. You keep practicing those. Follow it on that webcast. Lay out your group outline like Renita shared, how you see it in your mind flowing. Practice that. Practice that. Do your own little video. Do like a 10-minute video of you leading your group without anyone in there, just you doing it so that you feel confident. And then you can start looking at when can you launch your first group aspect. And then the last thing, have a great week. Have a great Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
And if you want, start talking to people like Renita said about Friday. But we love our community. I'm going to Disney tomorrow. Hunter's in a soccer tournament, so I am not back on Monday. So we do not have a business building webcast next Monday. We're going to be starting the following Monday, but we're going to continue driving. We are launching, so we are launching the Business Building ZP8 webcast Facebook community next week. So we're going to have a community that will be compliance friendly. We have to make sure we're very compliant on everything, but it's a place where you can ask questions. Renee and I will be in there. We'll be answering questions, and we're going to start creating a community just like we've done with people living ZP8. We're going to launch our Facebook community for people sharing and building it. And then not next Monday, but the Monday after is when we come back with our next webcast.
Mark, don't forget, the recipes are going to be launched this week, Bonnie said. So we're excited about that, right?
Yes, not all 50, but there's going to be, Bonnie's working her tail off, everybody. So just know that. And we're going to have Detox, Ignite, Thrive. We're going to start dripping those recipes in, and then every single week, more and more, so that as you're living it, you have great food. Renita, any party thoughts before we call it a night?
No, happy Thanksgiving. And just put on your Facebook page on Friday, how many of you overate yesterday? And just let the people answer and go do one-on-ones. Go do one-on-ones, baby.
Do that. So how many of you overate yesterday and want to feel better? There you go. Bam. And just let them, just even overate. Let them reply. And just remember, we are changing the world together. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Thank you for leading this movement, Renita, and thanks for making a difference. And make sure you take on these action items so every single week you are enhancing your skill set to become the best leader you can be. We love you guys. Massive hugs. Bye.